Why is this the second option? Didn't we go to the high school first? I thought we went to the high school first. Former Yasuda Gardens. I mean, like, there's nowhere else to go, like... I just don't know why this isn't, like, in the order that I did it. Oh, so was I supposed to go to school second? Oh, they're not here. The fuck? What the fuck? Hello? I'm supposed to start choose a different fucking location? Go back to the candy shop, bitch, I guess. Like, I don't know why I just why give me the option? No? I'm gonna reset to what we were gonna do at the beginning, which was go to the Ryogoku Bridge. Yeah, I don't know. Like... the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm gonna save because I haven't saved in ages. Um. There are 2 phases that must be completed to fully complete a chapter. If a chapter is finished while there still has to be done, the chapter will not dim and will remain lit up. Like, what did I not do? Like, it's allowing me to skip this because we've already been through it. Only those 2 options. Yeah, let's try again fucking later. Do you want me to keep going back and forth? Like it doesn't change time. I don't even know what to look up to, like, yeah. So it's something with the girls then, right? Like, that was so much shit that we want to talk about. That's just so much dialogue. Yeah, like I don't know what. I don't know what they want me to do. Here, babe. Or no, wait. Never mind. Like, I don't... Yeah, it just leads us to here, like... Go to the school? I have no clue what the fuck we're supposed to do. Save again. Go to main menu. Paranormasight. Stuck at fancy sushi and Tommy's help. Okay. Okay, that's stupid as fuck, bro. That's so fucking dumb, bro. That's dumb as shit, man. That's so fucking stupid. Then why give me multiple options if there's only, like... Oh, man. That's probably the dumbest thing about this fucking game. There's literally no reason for them to go back to the school, like, for right now, like... That's so stupid. Huh? That's... Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls? I do. Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ario. Huh? What? So stupid. Literally just leave it to one fucking option then. Like, hey, aren't you... You must be that high schooler skirting the child labor laws who I've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that. He's with me. Mr. Tsutsumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait. Really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh yeah, like the one of those places in Ginza. I've never been. Let's go. We got ourselves a deal, right, boss? The girls are at our service. Hold on now. What just happened? I never said... Sushi? Looking forward to it, boss. Wait, since when were you included? Haha, you guys are funny. You should do stand-up. So stupid. Sushi, huh? Well, that'll solve the case. It's a small price to pay, if that'll solve the case. I'll just expense it from Paranormal Affairs later. It's unusually easier to let Irio do the talking when it comes to young people, but we only have a day. It'll be quicker if I take the reins this time. But he did manage to let them, or he did manage to win them over with the promise of food. Let's see how this plays out. This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? This random girl, you know, is already involved with the case. Miyo Kurosuzu, she's like a disciple of the Paranormal Affairs Chief. I've heard that she helps us out with investigations free of charge under the guise of training. Although she's my old boss's protege, she helped me out plenty while I was in the Paranormal Affairs. She may look meek, but she's got a strong spirit, sense, sharp instincts, and courage, plus quite the brain to back it all up. That said, I can't help but think there's some kind of darkness following her around. She's certainly well versed in the paranormal, I just can't get over the darkness. So this is Yako Sakazaki. She was with Mio. Could she be a friend? Did Mio finally make a friend? If she did, it would do this old man's heart good. But I better not say that out loud. Don't want to make her look bad. So how much have you been able to figure out? Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, that allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. At least, that's my hypothesis. Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the cursed stones appeared before those who wanted the rite at the locales of the Seven Mysteries. We managed to gather 3 cursed stones so far, including the one that I got first, the Evergreen Beach. You got 3 already? Wow. We have the cursed stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me, Yako, the girl standing behind me. She does? Is she alright? We could take it off your hands. Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out. Alright, I'll leave the Fool's Procession with you two then. Thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows. Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them? Well, last night at school. You were here last night? Yes, you see. Huh. You two were using a spirit board. That's so cool. So that's when you ran into the curse echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter. Somehow we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The curse echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg. What? A woman missing an arm and a leg? That's the one-sided read. The one-sided read, this is bad. Huh? What's so bad about that one? You idiot, think. The curse bearer of the one-sided read is... Fumichika Najima. He admitted to himself that it is his curse. Oh, that's right. Wait, but if that's the case, Najima might have been here last night. What? I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but... What? Who's Najima? No clue. About Fumichika Najima. So, Najima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. Huh? He said he's going to massacre the city at sundown today. And he's trying to get your daughter too? That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So just to be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night? Well, as far as we know, there was us, Mr. Junoichi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi. Nuh-uh, bitch, there was also the fucking... Oh yeah, don't forget old man Ashimiya. Wait, Hitomi, do you mean Hitomi Okuda, second-year student? Well, yes, why? Boss. So she was here last night. ... I saw Hitomi earlier, though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? Did you talk to her? Yes. Would you mind if we asked you a few questions about that? Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you won't drag her into this. I see. Bro! People are going to fucking die! What do you mean I see? Hello? Don't worry, this is about a different matter. A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say anything about him? Yes, she did, actually. You better fucking spill the beans, bitch. Like, you're involved. Like, if we're talking about people who were at school last night, there was one person, though I'm not too clear on the details. There's someone else. Apparently, Hitomi actually saw Mr. Junoichi getting cursed and killed last night. What? Talk about some vital information. Yeah, like... What she said happened was... Yeah, thanks for not keeping it a fucking secret, like... But she was the one who killed Mr. Junoichi. Are you sure it was really Michio that she saw? Oh, that's what she told me. I wasn't there. ... That must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Junoichi was killed by a curse. So someone had to have been there, whether it was Michio or not. Damn, boss. Do you think it really could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Najima was behind Junoichi's death. But what about Hitomi's story? About this janitor, Ashimiya. Was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked here? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to the school though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came to school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there's all kinds of rumors about him. I see. Thanks, I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this. Huh? Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see? What are you? No way. Ario, have the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room. Yes, right away. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning. Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No. That's all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya? The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He always avoided it. Ariel, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya. We can't let him get away. Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Oh my, I didn't expect this at all. Yeah, how could that old man have been a horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a curse bearer on top of that. To think he was so close to us this whole time. It gives me the chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school. Let's hope it isn't already too late. Oh, I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night. What? I don't like this one bit. Najima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then could it have been old man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him that you were still in the building too. What, you did? Yikes, good thing I didn't say anything. Might have gotten very lucky there, kid. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law, help us. About the mastermind behind the Feast of Shadows. Put a stop to the Feast of Shadows. It would help if I knew more about how the curses of the Seven Mysteries first came about. In that case, you're probably best off talking to the crabby researcher guy. Me, Mr. Arishi? I would very much like to talk to him. Alright, he's the teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking. Do you know where he is? I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers. The cafe... Oh, Kuriko Cafe in Kamizawa. Thanks, we'll head over there now. School rules say that we're not allowed to go to cafes, though. Don't worry about it, I'll allow it. Thank you. That's all it takes? There must be a mastermind behind everything. Someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. He did? What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman. Yes, apparently he asked her to look for another one just like it, one that Michio had. What kind of talismans could they be, boss? Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about him with his dying breath, it must have been pretty important. Did they find a talisman on Michio where her body was found? I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died. Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not at all that scary for a cop. I doubt that'd be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up being a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us. Well then. You think she'll talk to Yoshimi's fiance? Haven't they met before? Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yeah, she might be willing to talk to her. Alright, then we better find her fast. Bro. This is a life or death fucking matter, right? We're on a fucking clock. It doesn't matter if she doesn't want to fucking talk to us. We'll make her fucking talk to us. Like, fucking bring up like pictures of you two at school. Fucking what's your fucking name? Pictures with Aereo and him. Like, we don't have time to be looking for another bitch to then bring that bitch to this bitch. Like, Ayu Chozawa will let you know as soon as we manage to contact her. Okay, I'd be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Alright, one more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters. What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that? Could you check on that? I will, but, well, I don't know if they'll pick up when I call. Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? Well, yes, Nakagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All of the Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as the Nakagoshi cases. Jeez, what's up with that? An even bigger reason to fucking find Okuda right the fuck away. Like you guys are fucking adults. Like, this isn't like, oh, we don't want to get him involved. Like, that's like the dumbest shit or like trope that they do in like in shit like this, bro. Or in not in just this game, but like in just a bunch of different series. The amulet Hitomi was looking for may be a missing puzzle piece to this mystery. Yeah, it would be, right? Like, isn't that crazy, you know? Junoichi was almost definitely killed by a curse, but I wonder about the exact cause of death. If the curse's origin and the cause of death are connected, it could give us another lead. Oh, man. What was that thing you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Did you know anything about her? What's your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first. I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two, and it's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Iroh. Alright. Keep in mind this is just a theory, though. Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or a van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van speeding? Okay, what's wrong? Are you okay? Yeah, the fuck? A van. There's a young man in the driver's seat. In the passenger seat, a woman? Yako. Yes. Wait, what was I? Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah, I'm okay, I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem as long as you're okay. That was quite the surprise, though. I'm assuming that was like... I don't know, like obviously she got like a flashback or whatever of the event actually happening, right? But how's Yoshimi or whatever the fuck her name was connected to the fool's procession? I mean, her powers could just be that powerful, right? If the as a paranormal shit, you know what I mean? Because of her regret or whatever of her getting hoed by the van. So, but you said to say man and a woman. So the man, ooh, it could have been her parents. Could have been her parents. I think they're just trying to throw us off. I think it could be her parents. That it could have been her father that ran over with the mother in the seat. Yoshimi talked about to you about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics if you're wondering about that, so I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind either. Right. Do you have any idea why Junoichi was so scared of Michio? Well, about that. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but... I see. Well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain. I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that. Michio, what happened? I mean, you still have shit to say. The fuck? Forensics is still investigating the area. I didn't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there were too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it would be good to have Mio look around the scene too. What's that rope all about? It indicates where Junorichi's body was found. They've moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of how it was found. Yikes, that's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all... Ugh. Cool it, Aria. You're scaring her. This kind of stuff is a little too much for a kid. Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think? I knew it the second I looked at the scene. You're right. Traces of a curse still linger here. I figured as much. Does it mean Junoichi was killed by one of the curses of the Seven Mysteries? Yes, a strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess. No, I've heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking sweat? Stop it, Mr. Tatsumi. She's going to get the wrong idea. Whoa, that's amazing. Mio, you're a professional. You think? Totally, you're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome. When you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is. Hey, boss, Forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say. Sure, thanks. Boss, they found this on the ground a short distance away from the scene. What is this? A ribbon. Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. But I've seen that ribbon before. You have? Go on, then. That's the ribbon Michio always used to wear. The exact one? What? Doesn't that mean that Michio was here? Are you sure? Definitely. I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers. And did she come back to life somehow? But how? I'm not gonna put the... It could also be, what's his face? Like, Nejima, like, making it so that our scent is off, right? Because, I mean, like, the fucking... I guess he wouldn't have known. Well, I guess maybe he could have. Because he was here for 6 months, and then he's friends with this bitch. So it's like... yeah, I also don't know what the fuck to do with my hair. It's just awful right now. If I was Michio and I came back to life, where would I go? That's the question. She got her revenge on Junoichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out. Is there anyone else she'd have a grudge against? Well, whatever the guy who killed her in the collision. ... She really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she's spending a new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with the revenge is such a tragic way to live. ... I'm afraid that's all we can tell you. Don't worry, you were a big help, thank you. We should start a search for Nejima and Mayu Chozawa. Might be worth it to check out Michio's house as well, just in case. Let's use the school as our base of operation. If anything happens, go to one of the officers hanging around here. Got it? Thank you and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Arishi about a way to lift this curse. Alright, boss, let's get going whenever you're ready. We'll leave the curse lifting to those girls while we go look for Najima and Chozawa. There's a matter of Yoshimi's talisman, but we won't get anything done staying here. We better get a move on. Yeah, like how the fuck were we, like, so stupid. Haru and Richter visit Michiro's home, having determined her to be a key player in the unresolved kidnapping case from a year before. As the complicated story begins to unravel, they encounter two men. 10 a.m. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. His name is Jun Ario. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsutsumi, and yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down. So you're two are detectives. This is my client, Miss Haru Shigemiya. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shigema? But boss, you know this guy? Shit, I've heard of the name, but you know, I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry, I'm my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, did you hear that, boss? It looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business, it ain't like that. You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives, how rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Oh, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. How lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on one second. This is the first time I'm hearing of that. Oh, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. I thought we might cause trouble standing in the middle of the street like this, but so far we haven't drawn attention. Then again, that might just be because nobody wants to get involved with the case. Seems they were acquainted, but also like they haven't talked in a long time. A young and energetic detective, he seems to have a strong sense of justice. If my son had the chance to grow older, perhaps he would have become an officer just like him. Seems like he's got a lot of experience working the streets. Most of the officers I know are bureaucrats, desk jockey types. The contrast is rather striking. I guess knowing how to deal with cops is also part of an investigator's job. Not quite. The two of us used to be comrades is all. Comrades? That's right. Richter used to be a part of the police force himself. He quit a few years ago to go solo. Is that so? You should give it a try, Ario. There's more freedom in working as a private investigator. I can't say much for the quality of life, though. It's been 2 years, right? I hadn't heard of you since you quit. I didn't think your business would last, but here you are. You sure you don't want to return to the force? We take you back with open arms. What? To sit on my ass and watch the birds fly? I'll take a pass. I don't belong in that world. Come on, Richter. We need your talent. The public needs you. Nah, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep on tying up all your loose ends, saving the little birdies you abandoned. I can't believe you were actually a part of the police force once. There's a story behind everything, ma'am. I don't regret my time on the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. What brings you here, Richter? You want a case? That's right. I'm picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year? I remember now. You're that Haru Shigema from the kidnapping case. Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munasada's Shigema's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed, that story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure of the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterward turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place, then. That's right, and an individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try again. Interesting. Sure does look good on the police. It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people, so you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see. It sure doesn't look good on the police. Yeah. By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is? Do you happen to know anything about the Seven Mysteries of Honjo? ... Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady, if you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I don't know much. I've heard of the Seven Mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me. ... Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Oh, maybe I should have said ... Fuck! But he knows if I'm lying. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed like white loitering around. Wait a second. I assume they were talking about you, investigator? Well, I won't argue that I'm a strange and conspicuous dressed in white. As it turns out, I was out here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary, Yes, I did observe a few suspicious characters. We're asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss Richter, a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. ... I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they've got you head office guys on it. Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. So by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul dregs to perform the rite of resurrection. And these curse stones somehow connected to the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figure the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get the situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into this all. But if we're talking shady characters... There was this middle-aged fellow I saw on the South Wari Gesu Street. He had an average build. He was anxious like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Arishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive. You two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. I think he knows that he's lying. That motherfucker. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely, I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand in our case as well. There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happen to be your specialty, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients, what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyways? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw out at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michio Shiraishi by chance? You knew? I thought so. Seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously, Michio was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi, alright. Hajime Yoshimi. That's right, he died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard it was an unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn, I want you to the full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure to tell you the truth. What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Junoichi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense. I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet, but the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we've found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those psychic high schoolers? Didn't they say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true then, did you figure something out? Kanichiro, why? Huh? Kanichiro, why? He'll be the next victim. We have to open the door to Shiraishi's house. We need to look inside. Hey, wait, what's gotten into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that, you know how long that could take. We can ask for permission later. It's as if I said to do that earlier. Richter. Hey, Richter, calm down. We can't just... Well... Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it? Bro. Fucking whatever. Richard, get a hold of yourself. I see you're still the same as always. Everyone, come here. Look at this. Knew it. Knew his ass was fucking dead. Whoa, what's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Whoa, could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad at best. If it's got to be the dead body of Kenshiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I say it happened last night. Ario, did you find Junoichi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, looked as though Kunoichi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michio Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of the curses to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that, and if she's alive then... My apologies for interrupting. I know we just arrived at an interesting plot point, but do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this, what if Michio Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so, I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michio Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? What? 8 this morning? How the fuck I know? I see very well. So what's her face is possessed? So Yako Saka's you were possessed, bitch. It makes sense. I didn't yeah, we already said that theory that she was possessed because she was waking up and then the shit with her fucking flashback. So you killed everybody. Huh. So you wrapped around to the school. Yeah, then you had access to the headband, right? Wow. And that's why you don't want to give up the curse cycle, to see how many fucking points you have in that bitch. Because if we looked at your shit, it would show us how much points you have in the curse stone. I think she's aware. I don't know if she's aware though. So obviously she's possessed by what's her face, right? So because she was standing outside of her fucking house and then it cut off and she didn't even go inside. So she ran back to fucking school, killed his ass, then ran to her parents' house, Yoshimi's parents' house. Or no, sorry. Who's the bitch? Whoever the fuck died, Shiraishi. She ran to Shiraishi's house, killed the father, and then was outside the house when Mio showed up. Because it makes sense that they all fell, right? Like they took a falling shit. And then all she did was fucking put her hair in a shit, you know? As expected, you got it in one go. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. Yeah. What, so you really think Michio Shiraishi's alive? Let's think it through, and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but you really think that girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Ariel, go report this to HQ. Understood, I'll get on it right away. Start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs to be looked at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there. Huh? Whoa, hold on, these photos. These are all Fumichika Nejima. Gross. Really, come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there are even more pasted up here. These are all cutouts from the newspapers and magazines about Nejima's murders. I don't get it. Why is this weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. Why does he have Nejima's shit? It's all fine to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. Their magic runes are used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time, they're useless imitations, though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Who knew the chief inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. While magic is often classed as a branch of mysticism, or may variously refer to the likes of witchcraft or astrology, here it refers specifically to the Western black magic. In the Middle Ages, the line between science and magic was blurred, with the pursuit of the supernatural considered a legitimate academic discipline. Astrology was regarded akin to astronomy, while alchemy was accepted as a scientific fact and would eventually evolve into what is known today as chemistry. One discipline, however, was considered wicked and shunned accordingly: black magic, the practice of using magical knowledge to strike a bargain with demons. In contrast to the social acceptable subject studied by the intelligentsia, black magic was prolific among the lower classes. It was the common people who suffered most from the ills of the day, war, famine, and sickness, which perhaps led them to seek aid from unholy powers. As hearsay, these rituals and spells were nowhere to be found in orthodox modes of teaching, but instead were recorded in tomes of dubious credibility. Looks like things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual or whatever was something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from during the night. You think, why was the one chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shiraishis as well. It's literally, what's her face? Like, she heard the chanting as the fucking death shit. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of him, I'd say he's Kankichiro Y. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely. ... It's amazing. Hey, this bitch is crazy. Cruel is what it is. This drawer is really old, Chief Inspector. Do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right. Ariel isn't here, so let me take a look at it. They're just closed in here, not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find a kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. I see, thank you anyways. There are old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they are about. Many of them are written in foreign language. It'll be a pain to look through all these. Let's save them for later and continue to look around. The sliding door leads to the kitchen. It barely fits the frame. Okay, so how about you open it a bitch up? Look at these pictures of Fumichika Nejima cut out from the newspaper and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. You think the Shirishis are somehow connected to the Nejima case? Perhaps they did this as to not forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Nejima might be involved in all this too. Do you think he might have anything to do with this body here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He's announced that from sundown today he'll be going on a killing spree. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. Oh, so he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nejima murders either. You don't say. That's right, we talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light. You don't say. You were the kid from back then. You were really brave. You did a great deed. Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried that Fumichika Nejima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole's quite the resentful type. Oh dear. That asshole, I wonder who put the idea into his head, and now he's got the one-sided read too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously. On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Damn, that's quite the threat. Certainly you can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Hawaiian and Fumichika Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Nejima's location. Let's hope so. Yeah, it's so much shit. Like, I don't understand the Nejima. This could also be, the possession that put these up as like a hint, you know, but the person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed with Nejima. They might have had some relation to Nejima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite. The opposite? What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration? But then... it's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumichika's Nejima? Wow, this is quite a spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Richter, you're quite the spectacle yourself. Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? These aren't just cut from publications. They even snapped a number of shots on their own. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certain they were obsessed. With the window and storm shutters closed, no light, huh? Damn. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my hair. I'm gonna end up doing like a fucking... I'm gonna end up having to grow out my hair for like a fucking year to get the haircut that I want. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just so fucked. I just don't like it. Like, it's meant to be up, right? Like, just... but... it just looks stupid as fuck. In my opinion. Like, it's normally not supposed to be down. That's why, like, I'm just wearing it down because... whatever. And that's why I've been wearing hats recently, because this shit pisses me off. Let me just look up one thing, actually. Yep. With the windows and storm shutters closed, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through this if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank you. Huh, there seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. That's what you call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me, though. You think this a Y guy was studying them? Perhaps to perform some kind of ritual? There are a bunch of handwritten notes besides the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. It also could be that the I'm eating a cookie. Or, forget what these are fucking called. It could also be that the possession, as we saw with What's-Her-Face, the other girl, that it could happen before the transfer, right? Or before this curse shit. So my theory is that, what's the bitch's name? My theory is that Yako, this is all Yako's doing. Yako, not her doing specifically, but she's been possessed the entire time. And she's the one that did the black magic shit and everything like that. The guy, Nejima, has no connection with them, with this family. The mother's in the hospital. Obviously we just don't have enough information, right? Especially with the Nejima stuff. Like, why is this picture plastered everywhere? Yeah, I don't know. And why doesn't it look like the type to be into the stuff? Well, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would it be studying black magic? According to the materials, this here rune is for restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again? This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells require a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection, like the rite? I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. I don't think he felt bad for his daughter. I don't think so. He died by a curse. He died by a curse. So, I don't know. What is it? This looks like a journal. It's probably a wise. A journal? His writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh wow, this is something. What is it? What did you write? It's quite the file. Let me give you a summary. So this is Kenichiro's a Y. So this Kenichiro, a Y fellow. He's been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he's into black magic from the start? He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. Don't say this is starting to sound kind of familiar. First, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. I mean, he's not like completely connectionless to Nejima, right? Because they were both in jail, right? So they could have met there. This funding and restoration of youth could also be the fucking soap place, like that witch bitch. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because if it's his whole book things, then no, it's not. If it's actually his books, then it's not Yako that did this fucking shit on him, or the ritual itself. He could have been doing the ritual, but it could have been Yako with her curse that killed his ass. Because you guys don't look too different, like if you put your hair in that way, like... Let's first find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. Seems that Nejima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. So yeah, so I was right that the connection was prison. It's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not a coincidence. It seems like a Y took an interest in the Nejima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Nejima of all people? This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Why had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Nejima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Nejima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's all a shock to me too. For years we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Nejima murders. Yup, it's been a mystery to us all from the very start. Whoa now, wait, just one minute. Do you think? No way, are you saying? That's right, the murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. Instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Nejima. You've got to be kidding me. So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nejima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but a Y had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Nejima and a Y were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You're telling me that Nutjob did all of this for some hokey pokey resurrection? Shit, resurrection. That means there must have been someone Nejima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it. That has to be it. Fucking hell, it all makes sense now. What is it? So about the Nejima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public. Because I don't know who he'd want to resurrect. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we found a baby. A baby? It was a girl looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So was Nejima the father? He told us he'd found her under a bridge. He found her. She was abandoned. I've heard of their parents threatening to leave their child... I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. I suppose there are those cases with dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. There's one rumor from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now. Well, I'm sure that this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing. Yeah, I remember all of that. Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. Goodness, that's horrific. He killed her and dismembered her body, and we thought maybe the baby was found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me, this is all speculation on top of more speculation here, but I, for one, never believed that man would just take in a baby he found under a bridge. I'm feeling sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Like I said, I don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child. That maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. Ah. It's just a theory, but my life would have been a tad easier if it were true. It's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nejima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good a guess as any. The fact that he obtained a cursed stone suggests he has an interest in the right of resurrection. Damn, you're right. And here I was thinking that he was only after the cursed power to massacre. ... Chief Inspector? Yes? What happened to the child? Without a birth registration on file, best we could do was find the girl some suitable foster parents. was decided to keep the circumstances secret from the sake of the child's future. Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. They both have black hair. I'm just saying, bro, it's weird that we have not seen Yuka or Yoko at fucking all. As much as she was so fucking like into the seven shits. Ogo Pogo. Is that like what'd you call it? A fucking like where you fucking mix letters around? I'm not. If it's Yoko and Nejima working together, right? It would make sense why Nejima, or sorry, Yoko is working for Yako, or sorry, for the bitch. Where is she? For Shigima, because she wants like the inside scoop, you know, like she wants to be close to her enemy, right? Because she's the one that convicted her father, basically, right? Because she found the hand. Yeah. Shogo dying sucks because like he's just actually dead, like because we don't know, like I guess he doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day his like he just gets hoed. Yeah, and then that would give the well, obviously the person of interest is Ogo Pogo or her mom. That's why she got that's why she received the Whispering Canal. But and it makes sense, the story about the mother and the father, right? That she never had a mother and father because they both died, or, well, Nejima was in jail, but it's just, it doesn't, like, obviously we changed the whole story by telling her to, like, knock it out, right? Or knock it off with the, like, telling her to snap back into it, because if we turn around, she's fucking dead to drowning. So it just doesn't make sense on that part. I just wish we could see Yoko to get some, like, because Yoko was the only thing we had for Shogo, you know, and then we don't really know what happened to Shogo. This place is really disgusting. Did mature Shirishi really live here? I mean, that's it, no? Or no more old books? Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in Y's journal. You know, Y had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol Nejima while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick. Right, he thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Correct. Turns out someone gave him the idea. And get this. And so I was thinking, it was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps herself, Natsu Yamamori. Wait, the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps. So that's where this leads. Here, let me read what he wrote. The Queen of Hihaku had a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She's apparently investing money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth, and the like. So she can even throw her money at the occult. The places greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Ariishi. She presumably funded his research into the rite of resurrection. That's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Hihaku pounced on the rumors of the rite of resurrection. It's starting to sound likely. Might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for if she becomes young again. Godly powers? What's that all about? You can ignore that. Either way, I think Awai took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shiraishi family, Michio, and her mother, Toshiko, were just his unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me? What are you talking about? Man, please calm down. Iwai moved in with the Shiraishis to practice his magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth restoration spell, but that means extracting the life force from someone young. So you're saying that he's the one... They would explain the man. So it was Iwai, this man. Iwai worshipped Nejima, so he must have despised Nejima's detractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Nejima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time? Fuck. You've got Iwai kidnapped Haru Shigima's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone. You're telling me that horrid man, he never had intentions of returning my child? I thought there might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. You must have used Michio to lower your boy's defenses, and then kidnapped him on his way back home. That man, he took Shuichi. Man, please calm down. I understand you must remember to breathe. You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand this. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. What a stupid idea from a stupid little man. Okay, ma'am, let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we go get some fresh air? I can't believe this. This is, Chief, I think it's best if we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in this journal. I guess, okay. I might have been able to deduce that if... It's just, I didn't... Maybe they said it and am I just dumbass? I didn't know when this guy came into play. When he became the stepfather. But to be fair, like... Oh, okay, wait, so... Maybe he convinced... Shira Mimi, or what the fuck is her name? Maybe he convinced... Well, no, Shiraishi was his daughter. So... Okay. I got an achievement for 10 hours of playtime. So we got... So Shiraishi was an accomplice? Like, did she know what her father did? Because it didn't say when they got back together. Following the death of her father 3 years ago and moving to a new house, Michio began avoiding. I mean, the timeline does line up. It just depends on when the guy became her stepfather. Man, he probably told the girl that, like, I'll hurt your mother or some shit if you don't do what I say, and then when they all found out, fuck. Well, I got in contact with Najima last year after Najima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? Managed to find a hideout for Najima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shirishis, it seems most went into Najima instead. If Najima's lurking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it is? Unfortunately, no, not that I can tell. But it seems Michio knew where it was. She never met Najima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up among things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead. We know she's alive. That's right, Michio Shirishi is alive. No, she isn't. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on his hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going. The lady's not well. She's not alive. Oh, fuck. Kenshiro once made a living by placing advertisements in magazines to sell funny magic items and good luck charms. He held a nostalgic yearning for the post-war era when things and people were simple. It has nothing but negative things to say about the rapidly developing ostentations world of late. Radical in his beliefs that it would be better to tear down society and start over again, Kankichiro was discontent with his life spent poking around in society's cesspools to make few coins. When the Najima murders were widely reported in media, it had a great impact on Kankichiro, as he witnessed how a single act by a single man could cause a major rift in society. Perceiving Fumichika's Nejima as a great hero, he began to collect every piece of information he could find on the man. Kakichiro was late arrested for his illegal businesses practice, and a chance a meeting with Fumichika during his incarceration solidified his idolization. He was capitalized by Fumichika's talk of black magic, and following his release, acquired the grimoire Fumichika had hidden away. As for Toshiko Shiraishi, Kenshiro set his sights on her after encountering her at her part-time job when he learned that Shiraishi's family was in financial trouble and could not afford to send Michio to college. He turned on the charm and took advantage of their weakness by offering them money. He revealed his true colors, however, after moving in with the family, and used violence and money to keep Toshiko and Michio under his thumb. All the while, his beliefs in black magic deepened, and he found a sponsor in the Hihaku Corporation. Kakichiro forced the Shiraishi family to perform various rituals with the attempts to resist being met with merciless beatings. Yeah, so I was right. The mother and daughter were helpless to resist. After Hihaku ordered Kankichiro great sums to intensify his work with black magic, he set his mind to sacrificing a child in order to perform a youth restoration spell. For this purpose, he chose Shuichi Shigema, the son of Haru Shigema, against whom Fumichika held a grudge. He attempted to enlist Michio so as not to alarm the boy. Yeah, because they were she was at that same school. And when she resisted, beat her mother 20 times with Michio's assistance, Kankichiro kidnapped Shuichi and locked him up in the Shiraishi house, and told the young and courageous boy that he'd kill Michio if he tried to run. While his actions were motivated by a personal grudge against the police, it was first and foremost an attempt to create a societal uproar and breakdown in public order, so Kankichiro painted the crime as a regular kidnapping, demanding a ransom from the family. However, because of an embargo on the press, the kidnapping did not cause a public outcry akin to that of the Najima murders. Infuriated, Kankichiro had Toshiko perform the sacrifice ritual by threatening to kill Michiro if she refused. Toshiko killed Shuichi in his sleep, but the spell failed, for which Kankichiro blamed her. Toshiko. Who's Toshiko? Toshiko's the wife, right? Oh, why can't I think? Toshiko. What's the mother's name? No, it's him, dumbass. Wait. Oh no, the mother did. Right. No, so I was right. Okay. Toshiko killed Shuichi in his sleep, but the spell failed, for which Kankichiro blamed her, warning Michio to keep silent about the murder to avoid incriminating her mother. Wow, okay, yeah. Kankichiro dumped the boy's body in a nearby river. The tiny corpse was found a week later in the Sumida River after floating through several canals in Honjo. Having drifted for days in the polluted waters, little evidence remained. Although Kankichiro performed no further sacrifices, his devotion to black magic only increased. Toshiko and Michio spent their days consumed by guilt, forced to continue serving Kankichiro until the day they died. Yeah, so I'm assuming that I was right, that the father and the mother killed the daughter. And then that's why the mother's in the hospital, because whatever. Why is this red? Oh, yeah. The case remained unsolved until Kankichiro was determined to be the culprit during an investigation into the Honjo serial killings. Wow.